Today's story takes place in Jincheng Town, Kunming City, Yunnan Province. Since 2005, strange occurrences have been happening here. Near the New Yun cold storage in Nanmen Village, Jincheng Town, young men have been frequently disappearing. From 2005 to 2012, the number of missing persons reached at least 17. However, after the families of the missing persons reported to the police, they did not receive much attention. The number of missing persons continued to rise. The last missing person was a college student named Hai Yao. In 2012, he came to Jincheng Town for an internship at a construction site. On April 25, 2012, at 8:30 in the morning, the site manager asked Hai Yao to return to the dormitory to fetch a document. Since the dormitory was far from the construction site, Hai Yao chose to take a shortcut to save time and walked into a dirt road near Nanmen Village. However, by 10 o'clock in the morning, the manager hadn't seen Hai Yao return, and no one answered his phone calls. The manager, feeling anxious and having heard rumors about Nanmen Village, immediately called the police and contacted Hai Yao's parents. The police in Jincheng Town superficially investigated the case, but soon lost interest. Hai Yao's parents rushed to Nanmen Village, searching for their son and asking villagers for information. The villagers told them that in the past 7 years, they knew of not just 20 but around 16 or 17 missing cases. Why hadn't the problem been solved by now? Because apart from the families of the missing persons, no one truly cared about this case. And these families, without money or power, couldn't make any noise. In the end, they could only swallow their anger. Hai Yao's parents didn't want to give up. They spent a lot of money hiring local media to expose what was happening here. The 7-year-long missing persons case naturally attracted the attention of the higher authorities in Yunnan Province. Experts in criminal investigation and inspection teams were sent from the provincial level to Nanmen Village. After investigation, one name appeared on the radar of the inspection team, Zhang Yongming, a resident of Nanmen Village in Jincheng Town. He had committed 2 intentional homicides. Zhang Yongming's family had a deep history of violence. His mother had abused her daughter-in-law, leading to the breakdown of their relationship. Zhang Mingrong, his elder brother, had once quarreled with a neighbor and used a hoe to almost sever the neighbor's head from his body. Growing up in such an environment, Zhang Yongming naturally had violent tendencies. On December 25, 1974, when he was 18 years old, Zhang Yongming invited his childhood friend, Lu Shirong, to sleep over at his house after a night out. Lu Shirong agreed. At 2 o'clock in the morning, Lu Shirong was abruptly awakened by intense pain, only to find himself tied to the bed while Zhang Yongming, holding a kitchen knife, was repeatedly hacking at his neck and head. The 16-year-old Lu Shirong desperately cried for help, waking up Zhang Yongming's parents. Upon seeing Zhang Yongming's actions, his parents were frightened and quickly dragged him away. Zhang Yongming claimed that he seemed to be sleepwalking and didn't intentionally call for help. Eventually, Zhang Yongming was sentenced to 6 months of re-education through labor and had to pay tens of yuan in medical expenses for Lu Shirong. However, the wound on Lu Shirong's neck and the nightmare stayed with him for the rest of his life. In 1978, Zhang Yongming went to work at a brick kiln factory, where he met a young man named Yang Shirong from another village. To outsiders, their relationship seemed good. However, one night, the two of them agreed to go to a night market 10 kilometers away from Nanmen Village for supper, after which Yang Shirong disappeared. Half a month later, someone found Yang Shirong's naked body in a cave near the village. After reporting to the police, Zhang Yongming was arrested based on the clues, and he readily admitted to killing people. His 2 intentional homicides terrified the villagers of Nanmen Village. They all signed a petition demanding the death penalty for him. However, despite this, the local court still sentenced him to life imprisonment. After spending 19 years in prison, he was released on parole in June 1997. After returning to Nanmen Village, Zhang Yongming seemed to have settled down, but no one expected a bigger nightmare to descend upon the entire village, even plunging Jincheng Town into panic. Fast forward to 2012, when the inspection team from the provincial capital found Zhang Yongming's house, which happened to be near the New Yun cold storage. Upon entering Zhang Yongming's house, the police quickly found 5 huge plastic barrels. Opening the barrel lids, they found densely packed human tissues, with organs, muscles, and limbs classified and packed into different plastic barrels. In addition to these human tissues, the police also found 6 large bags, all containing the victims' clothing and personal belongings. Judging from the items in the bags, there were more than 20 victims. Just as the police were puzzled about Zhang Yongming's motives for murder, they found several metal trays on his bedroom table. On the trays lay a small amount of human flesh, which looked like leftovers. As expected, many of the young people he killed ended up in his stomach. In the interrogation room, when asked how many people he had killed, he said he couldn't remember, but however many the police could find, that's how many there were. On January 10, 2013, Zhang Yongming was executed by firing squad. However, this case was far from over. Zhang Yongming's case was televised, and many local people in Jincheng town felt sick after seeing it because many of them had seen him before. He used to push a cart around a market, selling ostrich meat. At that time, ostrich meat was sold in many places in Yunnan, and Zhang Yongming's ostrich meat was very fresh, so many people bought it. However, after Zhang Yongming's case was exposed, people panicked. Who knew if that meat was really ostrich meat or cut from the bodies of missing young people? Since then, the ostrich meat business in Jincheng town has gradually declined because whenever people see ostrich meat, they remember the fear brought by Zhang Yongming. This concludes this episode. Thank you for your likes, comments, and shares. See you next time.